it easier. So
Yeah,
one of the things that I can do is maybe share a little bit about like how we saw the business, what we even saw from a personal standpoint. Some of you may know some of the people that we're partnered with, but Ken and Diana Burke, who own Hometown News USA. Ken actually approached us about the patches. We'd heard about it through our church, and we heard some different testimonies, but nothing major about it. And then Ken said he knew I had some pain. He didn't realize the severity of the pain that I had. He said, Greg, you got to try this. You got to try this. Once it works for you, you're going to talk to everything that moves. And he's been right all the way around. So for me, I injured my knee back in 2021. Actually, we went up and down the Benderson Tower there, the 5-story tower, 18 times with about 100 other people to represent the stairs the firefighters climbed on 9/11. So 9/11, 2021, we did this up and down 18 times. Well, halfway through on the way back down, I tweaked my knee really bad. And it was, I almost stumbled and it was like, I'm like, oh no. And I'm hobbling. And being the stubborn German I am, I just kept on going. Everybody saying, no, stop. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm like, oh, this is stupid. And I kept on going and I paid the price for it. And then months later, my right hip started hurting me. So my left knee and my right hip, because again, compensating, not understanding that hip pain was worse than the knee pain. Well, the challenge is I already had neck pain from a car accident 6 years ago, which I dealt with almost every day. The pain, it was horrible. A lot of times it turned into migraines. If I didn't do something about it, I was going to the chiropractor 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a month. And then literally I had a shoulder injury that I could only raise my arm about this high and it was really painful. So 3 days after being on the patches, no knee pain, no hip pain, no shoulder pain, no neck pain, like that. I was like, what in the world is going on? I said to clients and I said, well, let me grab something. I went, my hip. I'm like, he goes, what? I go, my hip. I'm like, my hip's not locked up. I'm like, that's crazy. And I started twisting my knee. My knee didn't hurt. I said, now if something's wrong, and I raised my shoulder straight up and I went, oh my goodness. I started waving my arm, I put my arm behind my back like this. And he goes, what are you doing? I said, these stupid things work. He goes, what? I said, these patches. He goes, what patches? And I showed him, he goes, can you give me some information on that? And it's been ever since then, we've been off to the races. So we literally got the biggest pack that we could get in the business. And I've been talking to everybody we possibly can. And Men is talking to everybody internationally around the world. And it's just been absolutely phenomenal.
So
we got hundreds of
testimony was that he wasn't moaning and groaning anymore. And he didn't have an excuse not to do the honey to-do list, you know, like, I got a nap now, I've got a headache.
No, but it's true. That was the funniest thing about it is that when you're in pain, I was working out 4 to 5 days a week prior to the knee injury. And then I was working out less and less and less. And my hips started bugging me. I was working out 1 to 2 days a week, maybe. So she goes, aren't you going to go work out? I'm like, no, I'll go tomorrow. I'll go. And it was just, it stunk. That's all I can say. It was not good. So the interesting,
and he hasn't been back to the chiropractor since September last year.
No, I've been trying to get to lunch with him ever since then. So I'm like, I'm just going to book an appointment so I can sit down and talk to him. So, but it's very interesting from a business standpoint. We've been developing teams for years. We've made lots of money and multi-level marketing network. What do you want to call it? I call it building teams. But when I saw this and saw that this is not what they call a Me Too product, this is something very unique. There's not another product out there like it. There's other therapies that are similar using machines and red light and all this other kind of things, which are completely different. This is a peel and stick. You take this wonderful little thing that's about the size of a quarter and you put it on the back of your neck, right? And so what this is, I just tell people, I said, if you can peel and stick, right? If you can just peel it, pull this off, put on anywhere on the body, basically, now you're good to go, right? So the bigger difference on this was that I looked at that from just a personal standpoint, made it nice and easy. But when I looked at all the other things that are out there, there's nothing wrong with, there's a lot of great products out there, the CBDs and all the different vitamins and weight loss and Shakeologies and all the million different things are out there. But it's a lot of those same things are the same stuff that you can buy through other people and maybe a little spin on it, a little different. Well, ours are this or that or whatever. But I still don't know if anybody has this. So there's only one of these, and the company
reactivates our own stem cells.
Yes, yeah,
that's the whole thing.
So if it's okay, I'm going to share a kind of a slide deck with you, kind of share a couple things that would make a little more sense, because even the video, I'm going to share the video just so that the people that aren't on here, they might not get a chance to see the video. So I want to make sure. So let me do this real quick. But this is something that for me, why is this not? There we go. From current slide. So the one thing that for me, I was looking at, anything that can help me out. I mean, we pray for the people, they get healed. I'm like, okay, God, where's my healing, right? I mean, I'm being very serious on that. We know God heals us. He's created us to heal ourselves even. So one of the things that's interesting is that when we talk to people about this, we don't know how quickly it's going to work. We just know it's going to work. If you give it enough time, the more you activate your own stem cells, and I'll kind of talk more about that. But once you start doing that, the younger your body acts. That's the only way I can put it. We don't go back in time. I'm not going to get on my DeLorean and go back in time. But the funny thing about this is that your body activates more stem cells and you actually get younger. Your body acts younger. So it's very, very cool. So this is a video I'm going to play. It basically explains it more in a couple of minutes than I could probably explain in 20 minutes. So I figured I'd play this first real quick.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using LifeWave. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells, a true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body, how you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Imagine investing in companies like these when they first went public and riding their growth to where they are today. Those who made wise decisions to get involved gained incredible wealth. Now it's your turn. When it comes to regenerative anti-aging science, stem cells are the future. And thanks to LifeWave, you are at the forefront of it all. Don't miss out. X39 puts you on the threshold of explosive growth in your business like no other product ever could. And all you need to do is try it and share it with others. The LifeWave X39 patch, an absolute breakthrough for your body or your business. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of LifeWave today.
Awesome. So the reason I bring this picture up, Steve and Gina Merritt, I don't know if you know them at all, but they got involved in the business just basically, I think it was July of this past year. And they've hit all kinds of records because they've been involved in the industry for a long, long time, became multi-millionaires, helped over 175 families become millionaires. The second part to that is that then they actually helped, between those people, helped like 500-600 families become millionaires. So very, very successful people. And it's one thing. So they actually were in Sarasota. So we got a chance to, Mena was actually in South Africa. So we did a quick video for them. I'm not going to play the video, but again, just amazing people that the leadership in this, we're the #1 team in the whole world today. So it's pretty amazing what's going on, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to go through just a couple things with you real quick. The biggest part when we talk to people about, obviously from a business standpoint, we talk to people individually about why they would want to do something differently. Now for us, our dream, our goals, they're going to be different than yours, but I always challenge people to think about, it's not just about us, it's about helping other people succeed. And so that's the other thing we've always done more than anything else is, so what can we do to bless others? Now, if God wants to compensate us while we're blessing others, hallelujah, that's even better. But our biggest thing is the idea of helping people become free. Well, once again, debt-free, stress-free, job-free, pain-free. So, but again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but that's obviously we'll talk about in a few minutes. But the bigger part to this is that how the patch works is very simple. That what they showed in there, basically, there's nothing in the patch. It's called non-transdermal, meaning that nothing goes in. It's just what they call
non-invasive.
Non-invasive. So the part with the patch is pretty amazing because what it does, it actually has nanocrystals in this patch. They put a frequency on it that took 10 years, $4.5 million in research and development, basically to make this patch. They've done 20 years of different patches. The first patch they created was actually to help the Navy SEALs stay alert for 36 hours. He created that to create more oxygen flow in the blood, and he was successful doing that. And he's created a lot of other patches ever since, but nothing like this. So one thing that's amazing, we got about 1 billion live adult stem cells in our body when we're 18. By the time we're 30, we basically lose about half that activity. By the time you're 60, it reduces down to a very small amount. So why do people age? Why do people get age spots? Why do people, if they break your arm at 18 compared to breaking your arm at 80, who's going to heal quicker, right? So these are all different things that we talk to people about, because again, when you start activating more and more stem cells, your body starts acting younger. Like I mentioned before, it's made of organic nanocrystals formulated to activate your copper peptide, which reactivates your own stem cells. And the copper peptide they're talking about, they call it the holy grail of anti-aging. And even he talks about, once again, the powerful part of this that they were trying to get to work. And so my daughter actually, and I've had the same thing on my knee, they did these stim guns that basically feels like someone's stabbing you while they're doing it, but it's only for a few minutes. But it's like, oh my gosh, worst torture I've ever had at my chiropractor, but it's to activate your stem cells. So what does this do? It doesn't do just activate in that area, it activates it throughout your whole body. The part that I love is the company has gone, basically was distributing through doctors. Traditionally, that's the way they did it. Had some different distributors, nothing major basically, but got to the point being about a $20 million company back in 2019. They launched these patches, had it patented in 2020, went from 20 million, $280 million in 2 years. Projections are next year, it's going to be $1 billion company. If you understand the growth and what's going on, it's in 75 countries around the world. We've got business already in 9, 10 different countries. I don't even know right now. It's amazing how with Mena's contacts around the world, it's been absolutely phenomenal. David Schmidt's actually the CEO and founder. He's got over 130 patents. We just heard an interview last Saturday with him, and he said he stopped accounting at 132. So he's got a lot more than that. But scientist, inventor, constantly researching, developing all these different things about how to bless people. And he said, what we're working on now is going to blow people's minds in the future. He says it's enhancing what we're doing to get even better and better and better results. But just amazing person. Again, just very humble individual, and said, hey, if I just want to get this out to as many people as I can, and figured out word of mouth marketing is the best way. The patent again was in 2020. You can look it up actually on the startx39.com website. It's got all the patents. It's got all the different 80 plus case studies of the patches and stuff like that. The biggest part of this is what it does. For me personally, the pain relief was like 3 days later. I couldn't believe it. And I have not gone back. It's been amazing. My neck, the one thing only I noticed was that my neck, I could never turn my neck too far to the right because the injury I had in the car accident. So I always had to kind of turn my body. Well, what happened about 3 weeks later, my neck completely loosened up. We have that with other people that the Lily have joints in other areas that are locked up. That goes away. Reduced inflammation is the key to all this because again, a lot of the pain comes from inflammation, and then of course supports wound healing. So again, people that have any kind of wounds, that's why we were telling Becky, hey, get your hubby on the patch because any kind of work that's done, it only accelerates the healing. They've actually seen bone growing back. I mean, unbelievable things without surgery and everything else. Energy and vitality. I talk very fast. I apologize. I just get a little fired up, but literally the focus, the energy, the mental clarity, when you talked about brain fog or just kind of fog because there's so many things going on, you will be shocked at the difference it is. It may be day 1, day 5, day 10, may take weeks, may take months. But just the other day, I was with a client and it blew me away how much I got done in a half an hour. Would normally take 2 or 3 meetings, just being productive. It's just like doing this, doing this, doing this. And it was just like, I got done like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we did that in 30 minutes. So the other part for people who work out, obviously Becky, the rep realtor, understands this. Enhancing sports performance, also faster recovery from exercise. For me, I don't get sore anymore. And that's one thing I can't explain it. I do lifting. I do all kinds of different stuff. We do crazy things with legs as far as with the walking squats or the walking lunges, all the different things that we do. And normally my legs would be destroyed. I get a little stiff, but I don't get any soreness. And to me, that is worth its weight in gold. And the other part is improved skin appearance. I don't know about you, but I think most guys and women especially go, hey, if I can increase my collagen level, that's what happens. So Mena can talk maybe about that a little bit.
Oh, well, I felt a lot of relief from inflammation because I would wake up in the morning with stiffness in my hands, and I think within a few days there was relief there. But I just want to talk, well, definitely skin improvements in the fact that skin is so much softer and so much clearer. There's clarity. Like there's no, like if you've got like little bumps on the surface of your skin, that's gone. I mean, I noticed in the shower probably a week into using the product that my skin was like just feeling different. You know, my sister in South Africa also started using it. She says, one thing I've noticed, my skin is so soft and it's the truth. But I wanted to go back to the wound healing because we have I had a wound that's been there for about,
a scar,
a scar that had formed keloid tissue. And that scar is completely flat now and barely visible. And it's been there for 13 years. And the other day I'm like, the scar is almost gone. It's non-existent. But I just want to go back to that about the wound healing, because we have a lady and she's going to be giving us a testimony by Zoom on Monday. She had an open wound on her leg,
on her calf,
and it just was not closing for 2 years. I think the doctors were working on her.
And for 2 years they wanted to amputate. They've been saying we want to amputate.
She couldn't walk on it. She couldn't drive. She couldn't do anything. And then they said, look, the only solution is amputation. And her brother-in-law that's involved with us in the business, he said, Dana, you need to use this patch. Just give it a chance, you know. And so she said, okay, and we've got the photograph.
And he said, take pictures of the progress, and that's what she's.
So we have a photograph of what her wound looked like prior to putting the patch on, and then the 4th day,
4 days later,
closing, and she has her limb. I mean, she's.
And she's got energy. She's cleaning her house. I think she said she hadn't flown for years because of what was going on. But then the other part to that is she goes, I miss my family in Texas. So she spent all of Christmas and New Year's with her family. I think even recently too. So she's been traveling. She's a different person because of this little tiny patch that basically activates.
I mean, I always just think about that. Like, what would her life be like without a limb? And now she's had an opportunity to use this, and she saved that. You know, I mean, just the quality of life is amazing. I mean, the difference between that and amputation.
We literally have hundreds of testimonials of friends, family, their friends, their family, the different people ourselves. So we could go on and on and on for the next hour, but we're not going to. But the biggest part of this, within the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Once again, it says within 24 hours, stem cell activation patch begins to reset 3,000 to 4,000 genes to a younger, healthier state. The big thing about this, I talk about increased energy, joy, improved sleep. The one thing you'll notice on this is that you will sleep deeper than ever before. You'll start dreaming and remembering your dreams. So don't eat pizza before you go to bed. You'll have weird dreams. No, I'm just kidding. So, but one thing that's interesting is that you actually get a deeper sleep. So what happens in the recovery of that is amazing. My restless leg, gone. I mean, all this kind of stuff. It's just, I could go on and on and on and on, all these different things. With one of the first, 1 to 3 months, talking about activating your stem cells leads to an increase in collagen in the skin, which decreases wrinkles and increased hair growth. The other thing is your brain balance, which means its coherency of left and right lobes are balanced. This decreases symptoms of PTSD.
Yeah.
Every single person that has had that we know, PTSD usually takes a few weeks, but they notice it. I've had people notice it within the first week, but usually takes a few weeks. They notice they're calmer. They don't have those different things. They don't have anxiety. People that are in depression are getting off their antidepressants. I mean, it's so cool. Within 3 to 6 months, active stem cell repair. When they talk about pluripotent is a word I've never heard in my life, but again, what happens, it basically can turn into any stem cell in your body. So once again, it can heal your heart, it can heal your joints, it can heal your brain. I mean, it's amazing. So all these different things, and this is huge. Within 6 to 12 months, reverse aging. And they're not kidding. Like he even said that. He said, this is not anti-aging, it's reverse aging, because the more stem cells you have in your body, the younger your body acts. My hair is thicker. I mean, I'm praying to God this gray hair goes away. I feel it is going away. Maybe it's just my eyes, but it's just amazing that all the other things, people have better dental, better eyesight, over. I could go on and on and on. But anyway, so what we recommend is going to the Start X39 website. This is what we use for everybody. People ask us questions. They say, here, go here. There's 2 videos at the top. The first one is 2 minutes long, talks about all the different patches they've done for the past, 20 years, basically talking about the therapy and stuff like that. But the second part to that is the X39 is a 3-minute video. Then there's an 18-minute video from the inventor talking about how this works and why it works. Brilliant video. That was done back in 2019. All the other videos since then, they record all this stuff on the YouTube channels. We got records of all this stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. So how we use it, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So mine is basically in about an hour from now. I usually put it on about 9 o'clock, but I put it on 8:30 this morning. So at 8:30 tonight, I'm going to take it off, peel it off, throw it out. And then tomorrow morning, put another patch on, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And that's it. And so the difference on that is every day you put on a new patch, and you just drink lots of water. Why? Because we have a tendency to detox utilizing the patch. I got a gentleman who basically the first 3, 4, 5 days, he felt really sick. He said, I feel like I got a cold or whatever. After that, his pain was going away. I mean, I can't explain it, but it's to me, I didn't really detox, at least that I noticed. But it was like something a lot of people go through that. And I always let people say, drink plenty of water so you can detox it out. So again, there's tons of testimonials. Once again, this is an example of like wound healing. There's tons of pictures. I don't know if you can see this too well. Hopefully you're on a larger computer, but if you look at what she looked like day 1, day 42, day 365, she looks like a different person, like a younger sister. You know what I mean? And people, hair growth, all kinds of stuff. I mean, just on and on and on. So what we tell people, and I'm going to explain the compensation plan, is that we tell people, try it. I mean, I tell people, I can't guarantee anything in days or weeks, but they said 85% of people notice a difference in the first 30 days. Most people we know usually notice the difference in the first couple of weeks. We've had a few one patch wonders. They put the patch on, they wonder where the pain goes. I mean, it's just amazing. It's awesome. And it's not just pain, it's all the other things that come along with it. So the thing I love about it is they could sell us for $300, $400, $500 for a 30-day supply, but they don't. The most expensive we could ever sell it for is $150, but we don't do that. We sell to everybody at the wholesale price. Basically, $99.95 is the preferred. So we tell people, if you just want to try the product, use the product, we recommend the silver pack. That way you and your husband or wife or whatever it is that you basically can do that. The second one is basically if you want to build the business, we say start at the gold level or above. We started the diamond pack because I wanted to get the patches into people's hands as quickly as possible. So what we learned how to do is very easily say, hey, it takes about 5 to 7 days to get the patches. Let us give you a 30-day supply when you register. And then once yours come in, give us a 30-day supply back so we can just rotate. And we've registered, I don't even know, over 100 people now by doing it that way. Now, some people are out of state, out of the country. We can't do that. It's kind of hard to do that. But people that are close by. So we got some people that on Monday, they say, can you get the patches to us until ours come in? Absolutely, because we want you to start using it right away. So it's pretty neat. So again, then what we do is teach people how to get on auto ship. And so they don't have to worry about it. Because I told them, I said, I am not going to be the patch man. Don't be calling me when you got 2 patches left. I need more patches. No, we're going to put you on auto ship because I can't keep track of hundreds and thousands and eventually hundreds of thousands. I'm not going to be able to do that. So we're going to put you on auto ship. So it makes it easy. You can stop at any time. There's no obligation. It's cool. So the industry itself, and I think everyone here understands the potential of this, because again, I think this number is low now. It's probably a lot more than that, but where it's going, $300 billion is, I mean, it's amazing. Everybody we talk to, 9 out of 10 people we talk to are interested. They say, how can I get this? I can't, I'm sitting at we work out and we're sitting at the Maple Street Biscuit Company this morning. They give us free coffee and biscuits and we just give them tips, and, they don't even open at that time, but yet they do that for us because it's cool. We do the workout with the F3. And so what's interesting, when we start talking about the stem cell patches, one of the guys go, how do I get these? Can I get these from you guys? I need them. I want them. And it's like, we didn't even tell them all the details. We just started talking about stem cell activation patches. So again, the cost of this normally with injections, the cost is huge. With this, $100 a month per person, it's like nothing. I mean, we're very blessed with this. So how we make the money is simple. This is the part that I love about it. We've built teams with all kinds of different structures, matrices, and all kinds of different things that I understand. When I saw the binary, I go, oh my gosh, this is simple. Build right leg, you build a left leg. That's it. So we build an outside right leg, outside left leg, and we keep them building and building and building and building and building. I had a friend of mine who basically had a neck injury from a long time ago, eventually had back problems, everything else, had to have basically surgery on her back. They put an artificial disc in her back. They did nerve damage when they did this. She was in screaming pain. So we got her the patches and she says, just sign me up as a customer. I said, no, Danny, I love you. You're gonna get signed up, as an associate. It's the same price. Why wouldn't I? And then Lily, she's got like, I don't know, close to 300 people underneath her already. So now they're building another leg and actually making hundreds of dollars a week, because they basically said, instead of me saying, let me make you a customer, let me do that. The great part about this, you get the volume from everybody that's put in. So anybody who even signs up, you're going to have people put in underneath you tomorrow, pretty much. So it's amazing how the organization is growing by leaps and bounds. And so I tell people all the time, if you understand a binary, great. If not, it's very simple. You only got 2 legs to put people in, and that's all you do.
You learn as you go, because it's very easy to understand. But as it is practically happening, it actually is easier to understand.
Yeah, and I'll explain a couple of real quick things. So the second part to this is actually the unlimited income potential, which is the matching bonus. So this you can make up to $25,000 a week, which is not bad. If you understand that, I'll take that all day long. So that's what we're working towards. But the second part is that I always use the example. Imagine you sponsor someone like Becky. You must sponsor someone like us. What happens? You get 25% of whatever they do on the binary. So if they're making $1,000 a week, you get $250. If they're making $10,000 a week, you get $2,500 a week. So, but what happens, imagine if you sponsored us and we got over 100 people that we've personally sponsored, you get 20% of whatever they do on the binary. The third part is that obviously they bring people in. Then what happens is you actually get 20% of their whole team. So you'd have 100 people here, it could be 1,000 people here or whatever or more that you're getting paid these bonuses on. This is how people are making over $100,000 a week.
Per week.
So again, the income's whatever you want. We just want to help people make an extra $1,000 a month. If we can help you make $1,000 a month, then you might believe for the $2,000 a month and then $3,000 a month and $4,000 a month and go from there. So to me, it's like, if we can just help you do that. So I got a guy just sponsored today. So he said, if I could just make a couple $100 a month, he said, that will help me pay for the patches. I said, absolutely. I said, but what's your goal? He said, well, if I can make $2,000 or $3,000 a month, I said, great, let's set a goal and help you do it. And we're going to help them do it. So what we do is create awareness. And obviously there's a lot of ways to do that. I don't want to go over all the details of that. One way is doing a Zoom like this. We do Zooms throughout the week. We had a Zoom earlier today at 12 o'clock. There's different ones that we do. The way you can find out exactly how we built it and even the whole system, Onyx Cole, she's got close to 100,000 people. Our team started back in 2019. She used to be involved with Monavie, made for $20 million in Monavie. Lily saw this business, said, oh my gosh, this is a whole lot better than carrying around wine bottles full of, acai juice. Instead, she built the system once again, based upon what they did with that, and built 331.com, shows all the different steps. There's 9 steps of what we do, including the compensation plan, that's in there. So again, I apologize for talking fast, and I can break it down a lot more specifically, answering questions and things like that. But for us, we're looking for people that obviously want to bless other people. And that's for us personally. Some people say, hey, I just want this for myself. But we say, hey, if you know other people, we want to share this with anybody we possibly can, because everybody's like, I'm interested. Some people, from a customer standpoint, a lot of people say, hey, if I can make some money by blessing some of my friends and family, even better. So for us, it's really based upon whatever you want to do. So for us, I always tell people, if you're number one would be, hey, I just want to be a, a retail customer. I'll help out Becky. That's great. A number two would say, no, I'd like to be a preferred customer. I'd like to get the stuff at wholesale. And a number three is, no, I see the potential. I want to get in business with you guys. How do I get in business with you guys? And then we just determine what other pack you want to get started with and get you started from there. And then what do you want for the auto ship? 1 sleeve, 2 sleeves, 3 sleeves, whatever you want on a monthly basis. For us, it's 2 sleeves a month, even though we got a diamond pack. It's just 2 sleeves a month that we get, one for me, one for my wife. She just take hers.
And it's not an expense. It's actually covered by the income and more, I mean, literally
it gets a whole lot of fun. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and then I can go over more specific details, but I want to see if there's questions, because I know Stephanie's going, wow, this guy talks fast. So I apologize. Kimberly said the same. She's smiling. She's thinking the same thing. So Stephanie, any questions regarding what we are talking about? Because I don't want to take, hours to explain something. I just want to go over more of the overview. So did you have any questions specifically?
No, not specifically. I think the testimonials kind of are everything that people really need. And then also knowing that we're all kind of going after our own, like we're all chasing our own testimonial. Like I'm hoping I have my own story before long. And so the other stuff is just, not that important if you're really wanting to help people. So
that's the way we are.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I mean, I may have questions later, but I don't have any.
No, that's fine. Kimberly, I know that you had heard a little bit about this, hear from different people. So what are some questions or anything that we can answer for you? And that's because I can go over more specific details if you want to kind of break down a couple of things you want to, but I want to make sure I can answer any questions.
No, I understand about a binary, so that makes a lot of sense to me. And I think it's more of just as I'm continually helping my clients.
Yeah.
Like the resources that I can go to. Like I know, Becky, there's tons of resources. Knowing I have a regenerative health business and that's kind of my bread and butter. And so this would be like, hey, if it's one of those, my thing is I'm trying to say that there's not a one size fits all.
Yep.
So, and I guess, partnering essentially with 3 different completely opposite, that can be like, how do we do full whole body health? So like you said, don't eat the pizza at night. I have other reasons why you shouldn't eat the pizza at night. Right? Like in terms of like, that dairy is actually it's feeding your parasites, which like until we deal with the parasites, but I see this as it can really complement. So it's more of just who do I go to when I say, hey, this is my, I don't have patients, but these are my clients and these are the things that they're working with. Like as I'm trying to literally, I feel like I'm in 3 majors right now in college, like all going to the right thing, but that's where, and still on my own healing journey. So like, what's the resources of where I go when I have the woman who had the lat flap after a breast, like there's people like, I literally like want to know how I introduce this to them. And I'll be honest, because mine is like all the videos, I don't learn that way. That's not, but like when Becky's like a quick, hey, this is this, and doesn't come from aborted fetuses. Like she knows like the information that's important to me. I'm like, yeah, let's jump on.
Absolutely.
Where do I go for that without me going back to school?
Yeah. And that's the great part. Because the one thing they've done is that if you use the Telegram app, it's fantastic. They have 2 different ones. One's for questions and answers specifically, and then
it's actually on Facebook now.
It's on
so
Facebook
they have a quantum field testimonial group on Facebook where you actually just click the search button and you'll click like say diabetes 1 or something.
Do they have all the stuff on there, or is it just in Telegram too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Telegram's a little hard to search out sometimes. It's beautiful feed. Like I understand the benefit of Telegram, but or maybe I just haven't.
No, they've moved it over to Facebook. So Facebook is where you'll search for the different testimonials, and that's been pretty easy for me because I don't have time to watch tons of videos. But if somebody says to me, "Hey, how about dementia?" then I go check for dementia. And somebody mentioned some other condition. I mean, I didn't even know it was something broad.
We couldn't even figure out how to
something
spell
with a Latin term, and I'm like, will we even have this? And I went and checked, and it was there. I was like, what? So it's amazing, and sometimes if the term doesn't pull up, then I go look for something similar. I go to Google and I just search. But it's I don't have a ton of time. It's just they've made it easy. They've made it really easy for us.
Yeah, and the part that that's nice about that too, is that obviously we're here to help. And that's the part with the whole team, all the people that we work with is great. And so learning more about also what you do too, we might be able to bless even more people, which is kind of cool. And that's the, you know, being in the, you know, we're just want to help people and bless people. So, but,
Can you explain real quick? Yeah. Just because this was one thing that I was tripped up on in the beginning, and maybe they don't know, you don't know what you don't know. So sometimes you don't know the questions to ask. And so I'd like to go back to explaining when you sign up, for instance, Kimberly, if you have some 2 people in your household that are going to use it, you want to sign up to at least get 2 sleeves. I'd like to explain the business side, like being a gold member, you are able to make this much, but at some point you want to move up to diamond. And it doesn't mean that you get however many packs they give you every month, but it's more like this is the bulk amount you're starting with. And then you're paying X amount a month just for either 1 or 2 sleeves.
Yeah. So let me share this real quick, because in here, I mean,
and the reason for auto ship is to stay active, because it keeps you well, it gives you the opportunity to be compensated from the binary. If you fall out of activity, you are not the only compensation, the only money you can earn is actually the product introductory bonus when you sign someone up personally. So if you're not active, you're not on order ship, it means that you're not going to be participating what's happening in the leg underneath you, the binary. Yeah.
And it's basically every 30 days. So what happens is the points accumulate for a whole year. And that's one thing that's kind of nice, is that like Danny, they've got like almost 70,000 points, you know, on their left leg, and they're putting everything in, you know, on the left and right, but mainly they're trying to put more stuff on the right because now they're getting compensated on both. But they call it 660, 330. So again, I won't go through the details, but every time you cycle at 660 one side, 330, or a little more passes that barrier, you get actually a $50 bonus, all the way up to 25,000 per week. So it can cycle up to 500 times.
And the cycle comes from the points on every package. So like one sleeve of X39 has 77 points, you know,
so like
and 2 sleeves have 154 points. So the points add up, and as they add and cycle 330, 660, that's how you make the $50.
Yeah. And so the part that is nice is, like I said, this is something we always teach people to do. We want you to get the gold, eventually get the gold, but some people sign up as silver and then we want to upgrade them. Tonight, we just before the call, I upgraded someone to gold. We're helping them put a silver on the right, a silver on the left, another silver on the right, silver left, silver above. I just like, so it could be a gold, could be platinum, diamond, whatever. What happens here by doing that, once you have the 2 active silvers and above on the left, 2 active silvers and above on the left and on the right, now you're basically a manager. Now, what this means, and I'm going to zoom forward a little bit so you have a better understanding of this, is that these are the different levels you can graduate up to. And it's, again, they give them titles because people like recognition, which I think is great, but all it does is opens up more that you can make per week. So if you're not a manager on the binary, you can only make up to $100 a week. It's fine, but I'd like to rather make up to $1,500 a week, right? So what happens is by just putting in 2 people on the right, 2 people left, and if you're gold and above, and basically still active, you basically become a manager. And now any of the cycle bonuses in here, you can make up to $1,500 per week. So again, a director is the same thing. So basically you put help someone on the right side. That's basically to help you get them in, help them become a manager on the right. Help them become a manager on the right, help them become a manager on the left. Now they become a director, help that person become a director, help that person become a director. You become a senior director, and so on and so forth.
Don't you have the graphic for that?
Yeah. I'm sorry, for what?
To show a manager.
Yeah. So that's so the 30-day goal we help people is to go manager. We've had people go manager in 1 day.
In 1 day.
Yeah. And so it took us, I think, 2 or 3 weeks, whatever it was. But anyway, so the part for us is that, again, when you look at the from a business standpoint, then obviously helping these people, person on the right go manager, person on the left go manager, then else. So what we're doing is we're building the outside right, we're building the outside left. So what we always want to do is when we get somebody in, we basically say we want to register them. They'll be put on the outside left or outside right. The only time we've ever placed somebody is typically if they're actually have a relationship with somebody. So the people that we've agreed to do for a lot of people on our line of sponsorship, it says, I'm a part of the Manatee Chamber, I'm a part of BNI, I'm a part of, Lakewood Ranch Business Alliance. So all the people that are part of that automatically go down the one side. So that's what we do. But each different person is what it is. And then we got their international leg on the right. So each one's different, but that's how we set it up specifically. So then obviously the 90-day goal is going to senior director. Once again, silver and above, help someone become a director, another person become a director. The part that I want you to understand is by actually registering people, the first way you make money is a product introductory bonus. So however they want to sign up, you make a bonus. We registered as a diamond because we said, hey, let's get as much product as we can. We got 19 sleeves. So we basically paid for 16 sleeves and got 3 sleeves free. So we could just share with people and everything else. It actually ends up being $84 a sleeve, but we just said we get 3 sleeves free. But then anytime that we actually register another platinum or register another diamond, instead of getting 150, we actually get now 300. And instead of getting 200, we get 500. We registered like 4 diamonds in the past, like 3-4 days. So it's interesting is by doing that, people are interested who are, you know, and again, if you find someone who is any kind of person that does any kind of networking whatsoever, we find more than that, they're usually a diamond or they'll start at gold and they'll upgrade to diamond within, 30, 60, 90 days. I mean, usually it's a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So just going back to Becky's question, there's a difference between the package that is purchased.
Mhm.
So you start when you register in the business, you start either bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond. That's a one-off. It's a one-off. Then the rankings of no rank, manager, director, that's rankings.
Yeah.
So it's and those packages that you start off with, like if you start at diamond, you don't need to the next time go buy another diamond.
You can't really.
You just you just auto ship after that.
1,
You
2,
just
3,
auto
depending on
ship.
how many people you have in
So
your family.
one for anybody who's silver or bronze and doesn't want to do anything with a business. One is enough to stay active.
Yeah.
And if you're wanting to build a business and maximize the bonus payouts per week, then it's two sleeves a month, and that's $200. You know.
But did that answer questions, Becky, as far as kind of what clarify a little bit more, hopefully?
Yeah, I was just saying that you basically buy the package for the first time when you sign up, and that let's say you buy diamonds, so you're getting 19 sleeves, but that doesn't mean every month you're getting 19 sleeves, but you do need to stay on auto ship and at least get 2 sleeves a month, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, that's to be a manager, you need to be at the gold level and above, and basically 2 sleeves a month. So that's for me, my wife and I get my 30 days because it works perfect. So we've had other people that are singles are going, so what do I do then? I said, just sell it or basically give people patches and have them try it. And when they do, they're like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. So,
and honestly, everybody has a family member.
Yeah.
I mean, we have parents that we want to bless, and
Yep.
so we are not going to make them pay for these fees. We do share it with them, and they're blessed by that.
And the last part about Diamond 2 is that you also get, it says 3 months, but your first month. So if you said, I want to sign up today, you get points for the month of March. You'll have 110 points for the month of April, 110 points for the month of May. So your auto ship wouldn't even start until June, as an example, because you already got plenty of product. They give you basically extra points. So you get 610 points totally, but they basically divvy it up. They divide it in 3 months, which is kind of cool. So that's the reason we did that. Everybody's different. I obviously, let's start wherever you're at. We have, most of our people start at gold or above, but we have some people start at silver, some people start at bronze.
Yeah, and when if you start at bronze,
Mhm.
there, the next month, and you say, hey, this, I love it, I like
upgrade,
it.
and you
can
pay
upgrade.
the differential.
So the upgrade is the difference between
The 125
and the 299. And then you get the difference in the sleeves. So there's 1 sleeve at bronze and there's 3 at silver. So you're going to get 2 sleeves.
Yeah.
The same with gold, the same with platinum.
And you can just pay the difference, and you get the difference in the sleeve. So you don't have to buy a whole nother pack and pay that. It's cool. I love the way they did that, which I think is great. So awesome. So any other questions? And I always tell people, please let us know if you're a 1, 2, or 3. 3 would say, hey, I'm interested in the business. Other times a 1 or 2 say, I'm just interested from a product standpoint. Most people have said like, well, why wouldn't I be rich in the business? Because it's the same price as a preferred customer, and the benefits on this, I can actually make money to get my stuff for free, which is kind of cool.
And I mean, the support system is there. We have all these Zoom trainings, and they're not everybody's always able to get on them, but they're
always recorded.
They are recorded, and you can go to Onyx Cole's YouTube, or you can look at the Facebook page. They post the recordings there. And then we're available. If you shoot a message or whatever, we're quite responsive. And Becky, we'll get back to you on the order ship one, because it happened to one of our other girls in Lakeland. She said to me, "Oh my gosh, the order ship!" And I said to Greg, "We need to just train on that, because there is a way to lock it in." So and Greg needs to show us all that, because I also had the glitch on my parts as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're not the only one, so
And then also navigating the back office is
Mm-hmm.
pretty simple.
Yep.
You know, if you say this is for me, I want to build and I enjoy this, and you know, being able to work the back office is simple once you've done it once or twice.
Yeah, and actually, let me stop this real quick because I was gonna share with you one thing just real quick, and then we'll be done.
And then we get paid every week.
Yeah, we
on a Wednesday.
I would say we get paid strongly weekly. So which is very true.
We
So-
get paid strongly.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome.
And the wonderful thing is if you're building internationally, you don't have to start a whole new business.
Mm-hmm.
You just pretty much change the country that they're signing up in, the flag, and that changes everything, and it gets shipped directly to them in their country. So it's 75 countries around the world, and it's amazing. I mean, literally, you can make money while you're sleeping.
Yeah, and so and one thing that I just found out. Let me stop this real quick. Sorry. Let me go back to here because I just want to show you the build 331 because I'll show you quick. No, that's not what I want to do. Oh, I want to reduce this down. I don't want to close. What? Why is it not letting
What are
me
you
do this?
doing?
I'm trying to open.
You still recording?
Yeah, I am. So I can stop recording, but I was gonna say that I'm trying to get out of the PowerPoint. It's not letting me exit. There we go. So now I can share my screen, hopefully. There we go. Share my screen. And then there's my friend. That's my best friend there. And that's not what I wanted. Sorry. Where's it at? Disappeared on me. There we go. Sorry. So this is once again the build 331. So in here, basically they've got 9 steps on what they recommend, how to invite, what to do, how to take the order, how to get paid. The one that I mentioned before, the comp plan, if you go to number 8, it shows everything that we went over in here. All the different things. It's got some great videos in here. This one here by Stephen Gina Merritt chose X39, great video. And then again, shows the steps and everything else. This is where I got all the stuff from. So it's all the same things in here, even the presentations in step 5. So you can download the same presentation we used. You can modify it a little bit if you want to, but it's all there to succeed. But our whole thing is let us talk to people for you. We'll talk to people. Everybody benefits and wins from there. So
I think that's just what I want to add too, is that this is one of the only companies that I've come across that everything is done for you. It's very easy. It's easy in and of itself to share, right? Because if you see the benefit yourself, then like you said, you're going to want to run and tell everybody. But it's very easy to share the website that has testimonials on it. It explains exactly what the patch is doing. I mean, it's literally just effortless. You're just a matter of getting in front of people and talking about it.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
it's neat. And that's the one thing that, like I said, we've had a lot of one patch wonders, but some people it takes weeks, some people it takes months.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing we tell people, but people will notice little differences. And so we've had people that have had heart arrhythmia that literally after several weeks that goes away. And then next thing you know, the shoulder, 2 months later starts feeling better. It's going to go to the area, the stem cells go to the area
That need it
need
most.
So,
Yeah.
yep.
Where
So-
are you putting it? Is it, I know it said you could put it different places of the body. So where are you
Yes.
putting it? Is it
So,
based on what?
I put mine
it is.
basically on, I don't even know what I need to know what the
C7.
Is that what it is?
It's the
C7?
C7.
I should know from
version.
C7 Corvette.
Yeah.
So three fingers of width down from my hairline basically is where that is. Cause I said that's where the central nervous system connects to the rest of your body.
Yeah.
Kimberly probably know more about this than I know. I just said they put it there. That's where I always put it. Other people, they put it wherever they want
Under
to.
the belly button.
Under the belly.
In
Yeah, I
fact,
put mine below the belly button.
yes, I do there. A friend of ours, he's a little deaf in his left ear, and his wife said to him, "Why don't you just put the patch behind your ear?"
Yeah.
And he did. And that
it's amazing.
day,
That day
his
is-
ear unblocked.
Yeah.
And he hears
God.
with it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Amazing. Yeah. So some people you meet, you want to do this to them. You want to put the patch on their forehead because they don't think right, but that's beside the point. I've done that a few times. When they hear
But I've heard of people putting it on their temple when they have migraines, and I heard
Yeah.
another testimony where someone had tooth infection, they put it on their cheek.
Yeah.
And it helped with that. So
and it's really goes anywhere it needs to, but the like for me, I had people migraines up on the back of the neck, it goes away. So it depends on whatever you want to do, and you don't need to use more than one. They said it basically the difference of between two is put 1 and 2 on is about a 10% difference. They said so you don't need to like put patches.
Oh, I
in.
have a quick question for you. What if my stepmom was experiencing the detoxing, and so just so you know, Kimberly, because I know you go through the detoxing process, and you might have people that do this. They call it a healing crisis, and they have information on the symptoms that you could have, one of them being headaches, frequent urination, all of that kind of stuff. And to not like to preface that, because you don't know who's gonna experience that and who didn't. I didn't have any of that either. I didn't experience anything. My dad didn't either, but my stepmom did. But she had like a headache for straight 10 days. So she took it off because she couldn't handle it. So there was one thing that was recommended to me is, sometimes you can't wear it for the full 12 hours, like kind of ease yourself into it. So put it on maybe for an hour or two the first day. But my stepmom wanted to know if she does do that, and it's only worn for, let's say, an hour or two, can you reuse that patch, or do you just have to?
You can. They said that basically that once you start using it, the life of it's about 14 hours. They kind of studied and kind of because it diminishes over time. That's why they throw it out after a while.
Yeah.
But that's So we've had other people that have done that, and that's an option that she could do. So and really, that's know yourself. Drink lots of water, so that's the other part I tell people all the time. Some people use teas, they use whatever, and maybe Kimberly, you could help with other things.
Eat your water. That's my line. Eat your water. I'm a fruitarian, so or mostly fruit. Yeah. So so I eat my water.
Fantastic.
And it's amazing because it's cellular cleaning. So that's the beautiful thing of this, because I'm matching this with regenerative health and a zeolite that's going after heavy metals. So I see this as like a 3-tiered approach.
Awesome. That's fantastic. So we'll be having another conversation about that too. So I love that. Eat your water. I'm like, how do you? I'm like, how to do that? So
I don't know if you have any questions regarding. So Stephanie also shared this with her doctor. Who I don't know what kind of doctor is. What is he?
He's an integrative psychiatrist. So
he's very interested in the product. So he definitely, this is another reason I wanted to record this. It might be helpful to share it with him so he understands the business side of things. And then comes in for that.
Can I hear why he was interested, Stephanie? Because that's what's the
well, we didn't, I literally brought it up in an appointment that I was because I was there for my husband's just ongoing treatment that we're working through for my husband. So I brought it up because I wanted him to be aware that we're, in addition to what he's recommending, we're also trying this out just to see, and, did that need to be part of the conversation for how he was going to advise? And one thing led to another. And I literally made the assumption that he's probably already involved in this, because this seems very much in line with where he comes from and all of that. And he said, no, I don't know anything about it, but I've been doing a lot of, research or educating on, or hearing a lot about the topic of stem cells. So this is obviously a next step in not necessarily this product, but the conversation is a natural next step for his practice anyway. So that's really where he,
and
Meta can share a testimony from today.
That's for most of, for many doctors. They're all moving in the direction of stem cell, whichever form.
Research. They want the research.
The one reason why they steer away from the injections or the therapy as such is because they're afraid of lawsuits. And so when they see this, and that it's natural and that it's not invasive, and it's really just working off of our own body heat and light and raising copper peptide, which reactivates our stem cells, they're all about they're falling over their feet to get this product. I signed up 2 doctors, 3 doctors. We've got a dentist, we've got physios, we've got chiropractors. And just today, in fact, yesterday I was speaking to a young lady who's part of another organization, and it's also vitamins and skincare and stuff. And she was telling me how she's got the greatest thing, and I'm like, me too, me too. I use good skincare. It's also part of a network marketing group, and I use the skincare. I'm like, me too, I have great skincare. But I said, one thing that I found is nobody has is the stem cell activation patch. And she's like, oh, what's that? You know, so she's trying to sell me on her thing.
Mhm.
And then I said, well, nobody has this. You know, have you heard anybody out there who's selling us or who's promoting or distributing a stem cell activation patch? And then she said, no. She said, well, maybe you should share some of this information with me. And I did. And I sent her the Start X39.
Yep.
Simple. I said, look, I really do not do this any justice. Dave Schmidt, who's the inventor, he explains it better than I do. I would recommend you look at this. And she's like so seriously ill, this young lady, you know, on an oxygen machine and everything. And you know, she looked at it and she said, oh my goodness. She said, I sent it to my brother and I'm looking for her text to me because she sent it this morning. She said, her brother, because she was promoting an event on her own product that she's distributing. And she said, my brother is involved in medical research and heads up one of the biggest research teams in the world. He also deals with stem cell research. I've asked him for his input on this product, and he thinks that this is worth me looking at and marketing.
Yeah.
Then she said, he travels all around the world lecturing to doctors, and that she'd let him know that I was wanting to have a conversation with him, and that she was going to put me in touch with him.
Yeah.
So he said to his sister, you're better off actually working with these people with a stem cell activation patch.
Yeah.
Because he's already involved in that and he lectures, you know.
Yeah.
So the other thing is I went in December when I was in South Africa, my mom got ill and I took the stem cell activation patch to her doctor. And I actually said to her, I said to the doctor, have you heard of stem cell activation patches? And I showed her the patch and she said, oh, this is interesting. She said, you know, this is the way that medicine is going. She says, this is what we're all working towards. And my mom's dentist as well. So I have had only just positive, you know, the one fear that a lot of them have. And I mean, I hope we're not stepping on any toes here, but in all honesty, I think the biggest thing is people who are more concerned about how many consults they're going to have with a patient and how much money they can make. Okay. They probably, you know, don't want to jump all over this.
I've had a couple of chiropractors like, well, this could put me out of business. And I said, do you care about people? And I'm being it very serious. And it's just, I mean, that sounds bad, but it's like, so I said, you're probably not the right fit.
In fact, it's probably going to refer more people to
that's why I looked at it.
They're
I said, this
offering
could be
a
a blessing to
solution.
so many people.
And they give them hope, because the biggest thing we've heard is from people, well, I might as well try it because there's nothing else out there.
And we've got so many testimonies of people with Parkinson's, people that have dementia coming out of dementia. I mean, unbelievable. So
a sinus, a young, two little, not even teenage boys, their mom was beside herself because the older one was in and out of the doctor for an entire week, 5 days of the week with bad sinus. And eventually the doctor said, look, there's no solution. We have to do surgery. And Tamron said, no, I've got these patches. She hadn't used them on her children. She said, I'm going to patch him. And within a few hours, her boy was cleared. I mean, literally, she said to me, Mena, my husband cannot stop me from talking to people. So, you know, I mean, honestly, it's not about, it's just like, hey, it's not a one patch wonder. It's not a miracle healing thing. It doesn't heal us. It reactivates our own stem cells, and that causes the healing.
So Kimberly, I saw your question. So we always say consult your doctor, but most times doctors don't understand this. But yes, it is safe for children. It's safe for moms who are pregnant, who are nursing. The only thing that there's only two that they say they don't recommend using. One is people who have actually had organ transplants, because it can actually kind of mess with the actual what they call that again, anti-rejection medication. The second part to that is people that are currently going through chemotherapy. So if they're currently going through chemotherapy, they don't usually recommend it because it can mess up the chemotherapy, because you can detox it and different things like that. So what they always say is if you're not currently in chemotherapy or you're after it, then you can do that. I've heard other people say, hey, if you could do it, you know, chemotherapy, you can do it, you know, 2 weeks after the treatment, but it's like, that's where you need to consult a physician who knows more about that,
Yeah.
because we don't want to mess anything up. But otherwise, everyone else 100%. So,
However,
Mhm.
and this is not about cancer or chemotherapy, but there was a lady with MS
Mhm.
on a Zoom 2 or 3 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
2 weeks ago.
She spoke to. Oh, what's
Sorry.
that?
That's fine.
So the lady with MS heard about the stem cell activation patch, and she really wanted to use it. And her doctor said, "No way, he's not going to allow her to use it." Anyway, she went on it.
She did.
I mean, this testimony, if you see it, it will make I think I sent you the recording, Becky.
Well, both
I'm not
one for
The
sure.
lupus
one
and
where
for
she
MS.
was walking better.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one for lupus
Yeah,
and one
those
for MS.
Oh
This is
my
crazy.
goodness. I
It's
mean,
absolutely
that, I think everybody was drawn to tears there because
yeah.
it was very emotional. But I mean, I know a girl with lupus who just, once she started the patch, she never went to get her chronic meds again. And she has
She's doing
a
awesome.
ton of energy. There's no pain. She's in the gym.
Yeah.
I mean, she's doing amazing, and she's talking to everybody.
Yeah.
So,
And as you can tell, we can tell a gazillion more stories. But anyways, we
yeah,
won't, so.
we've got a lot of testimonies, but
Yeah.
the truth is, if people are not feeling something,
Mhm.
like Onyx Cole said, she's been on the patch for 3 years now. And Onyx Cole said, I didn't have any pains or aches, and so I wasn't, looking
Her hair was
for,
growing fast.
but yeah, her hair was growing, and she also said she had like a big brown spot on her face, which the discoloration kind of
Went away.
cleared up. So that her esthetician told her that. And then she said when she went to her periodontist, because she has a problem with her gums, she went to her periodontist, and the periodontist, and this is after a year of being on the patch, said, "Onyx, what on earth are you doing? Have you changed your dental hygiene?" And she said, "No." And the periodontist said, "Well, your gums are healing."
They're amazing.
And Onyx said, "I never felt my gums." How are you supposed to feel your gums healing?
Yeah.
You don't. So, when people say, "I don't really feel anything," it might be because it's healing your liver or your heart, and you don't even know you have a problem.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, so anyway, so we'll stop it here. So
Sorry.
our goal is, there we go.
I do have one more question then. So
Sure.
is the intent that you're essentially like, this is your part of your lifetime routine?
Yeah. So for us personally, because the way I was telling somebody this, because they go, do I want to use this for the rest of my life? I said, once you start using it and you see the benefits and it gets better and better and better, you start feeling more amazing and things. I'm going, why would I've been using vitamins and supplements for 40 years. I mean, literally, I'm like, why would I ever stop if I know that this is helping me? And to me, I'm like, if you want to keep on getting older, go ahead, have fun with that. I'm like, I'm actually, I mean, I can't explain it, but once you start using it, the youthfulness, everything else, the energy, the vitality, everything else, it's awesome. So, but it is something that we tell people, you make that own determination.
I just didn't know if you pare down or like do anything like in terms of if you've naturally regenerated so many things, like then you get to a every other day or anything like that, or is this just?
I mean, you could do whatever regimen you want. I've been ever since September, the Labor Day weekend. I've been wearing it every single day, and I'm like, I look forward to putting it on. I mean, serious.
And if you forget to put it on, it doesn't mean that you go back to where you started. That's the whole thing. It's just that every day we do age, with every day, passing day we age. So maybe our vascular system has reverse age by X amount, and then we say we stop. It doesn't mean that we go right back there to,
Well, and that was one thing they said, it was that they did a specific study for cardiovascular age, and they said the average age of cardiovascular reduction basically in age was 8 years after being on the patches for 6 months. So they've done all kinds of case studies, all these different ones they've done, but they said it's amazing how, over longevity over time, what actually happens. So it's cool. Yeah. But that's up to you. I mean, you can, I always tell people, try whatever you want. We've had people that have, got off them and they then, whatever, they go, I'm feeling more tired. I'm gonna put the patch back. I'm like, man, I feel great again. It's like, I don't know. It's each person's different. To me, I'm just like, I'm a routine kind of person. I'm patching the rest of my life. Yeah. No, that was from the chat before. So yeah. So yeah. So besides that, like I said, we'd love to get you have you be a part of it, utilizing it, trying it. We love to have you be part of the team, sharing it with people that you know. We're trying to share the blessing with as many people as we possibly can. So if you know any influencers, we want to talk to them. I'm serious. And because it's exciting what's happening. And so many people are loving the product. We're getting testimonies every day where people thanking us for sharing this with them. And so I'm so glad that Becky got a chance to, have you guys, you ladies, I always say guys, but you ladies get on the Zoom with us. But besides that, please reach out to Becky. Let us know how we can get you started or even get information to you. Anything you want, we're here to help. So.
And
Okay.
sorry, if you guys have to go, fine, but I do have a comp plan question. Like, sorry, because my brain.
No, absolutely. There's no
And
one.
Stephanie, I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's okay. I'm in. Sign me up, and thank you for your time.
Awesome. We look forward to working with you,
I'm
Stephanie.
logged
Thank you.
off. Thank you.
Awesome. Have a blessed night. Yep.
So how does the comp plan work for it right now? Because in terms of just as a product share.
Mm-hmm.
So like so if you go in, do the model of like gold, like what does it look like if you're just a product share at this point in terms of
So
like,
as an example,
what I don't want to be is the building 3 comp plan person.
Yeah.
But
So,
like, I want to be the person that says, hey, I have somebody who this is what they're struggling with.
Mm-hmm.
Where is a good solution?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a practitioner. I don't have any letters behind my name. And I just say that I'm super passionate about just not having people, just teaching people that suffering is optional. And so, and that's the camp that I'm in. And so it's just that space. So I'm trying to better understand because the binary I came from a long time ago, there was a way to still make really good money as a share. And so that's what I'm just trying to better understand.
Yeah. So again, there's 2 different ways. One is if you say, hey, I want to people just want to buy it at retail. Cause we have people say, hey, if I get it wholesale, if I get 19 sleeves, can I just sell it to them at the retail price? I'm like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. The other option is getting somebody set up as a bronze or as a preferred customer and setting up auto ship. Now, with the preferred customer, you have to do auto ship. That's the only thing with that. So retail, they
but that can be canceled at any time. So
absolutely.
If somebody says, I feel zero, I can't tell my gums or like, any of the things, but like they're not committed. So if they try for a month and they're just saying, hey, I'm not in, they can cancel at any time.
Yep, absolutely. And the only difference, they have a 30-day total satisfaction guarantee. They increased that to basically 90 days for the customer. I wish they do 90 for everybody, but that's what they did. So we have probably 3 preferred customers, to be honest. We have got a few retail customers, but 99% of the people we have here, even if they're a customer, we sign them up as a bronze, and then we, basically they can get an auto ship from there. The only reason that we do this, because if they say to themselves, well, I got my brother, my sister, whatever. And if they say, is there a way for me to get a discount? Well, yeah, there's a way you can get it for free. If you refer people to us, we can actually have it where you get compensated, and that compensation offsets any kind of cost. So that's that part there. So the differential on here, to show you real quick, is that if you actually were to register them as a bronze, then you get a $15 per product introductory bonus. If it's a couple and they want the silver, you can do this here, and that basically discounts. So that's the best price they can get is basically the $99.95, unless they want to be a builder or something, get the platinum. We've had some people that have actually said, no, I just want, the one gal that did the lupus, she bought the diamond pack because she wanted to get it $84 a sleeve. And she said, I'm gonna try this for a year and a half, because she said, I've tried everything for 10 plus years.
Exactly.
I might as well try this for 18 months, but she noticed something within a week, within the first few days. So it's amazing. So, but does that make sense? Did that help? I hope.
Okay. So, because this is what you come in as, or this is the level that you're coming in as, but for a manager, so like, that's where I'm trying to better understand. So if let's just roll it out silver. So silver, but no, you have to be gold to be manager.
Yeah, in order to be a manager, you have to be at the gold, at least buy into the gold pack. And then once you do that, then you do basically have, let's go back to this.
You unlock that level.
Yeah. And if you are a manager, that means you're building.
Yeah. So basically you're a gold in there, and you put 2 silvers on the right and 2 silvers on the left.
So what if
so
I don't have silvers as a left? What if I just have customers?
Yeah.
Just, I get the builders, please. Like my brain goes, and I know that part, but do you have anything that shows like if you're just
if you're not, and that's the difference on here. So if you don't become a manager on the binary, and you're not limited on, you can sign up 100 people as customers and make the profit and everything else, but on the binary, you're capped at only $100 per week.
Well, when you sign people up, you're going to make the product introductory bonus. So you would best sign up rather as a diamond and sell
it for the 150. You get it for 84 and sell it for
those fees. And then when you sign people up, like as a platinum, then you're going to make that $300 bonus, right?
Yeah.
When you sign someone as a gold, you're going to
Yeah.
make
And
100.
if you even say, hey, I don't want to build this, but Greg, do you mind talking to these people? Absolutely. We put them underneath you. They're your personal and you make the
They're
money.
your
off it.
personals.
Like I upgraded someone from a silver to a gold today. They got the $50 differential for that. It was simple. It took 5 minutes.
But they're in our business.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're happy to help. So you'll always get the product introductory bonus for everybody that you introduce to the business.
Yeah. The only difference is that on the binary, if you had you could have all these people underneath you and everything else, you can only max out at $100 per month on the binary. So that's what we say. Let us help you put
Per
a couple
week.
people on the silver on the right and the left. and you
$100
get-
per week.
per week. I'm sorry,
Per
per week. Sorry.
Yeah.
But let's help you do that because then that opens it up to do a lot more. And it's pretty simple. So it's like,
I
and that's
understand that. I'm just saying still, so I still don't see what it is if you're just sharing with people to be product users.
Wait, so let me jump in here real quick. I think I understand what you're saying. You're asking like,
If I'm just sharing with my clients who I'm not bringing the business to.
Mhm.
right, so like you be a referrer, and if you're signed up under me in that sense, where you're like, hey, I got another person type of deal.
Yes.
No, let's say I have 50 people in my life that at this point, I'm just saying, I'd love for you to try this and become a preferred customer. What do I earn if I'm just introducing people and they're preferred customers?
So that's where the difference comes in. So the preferred customer, there's only 45 points that are basically earned from there. So there's no big differential on there. So if they're basically a preferred customer, I always tell people it's almost the exact same price as being a bronze. So why won't we register them as a bronze? I mean, that's up to them. So that's where normally we tell people, say you can get this, you get the sleeves yourself if you want to sell them to them, or you can sign them up and they have them, delivered to them at this. But this is one thing, that's why we don't have them, because again, they get some different bonuses and perks and a couple other things, but we just don't do it. I mean, it's just because we get 77 points here or 45 points there.
I
Plus
would rather sell it at retail.
Yeah.
I'd rather get the product, sell it at retail and make the difference between the wholesale and retail if you're not interested in building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that's the big difference. So for any customers, don't go in the binary. You're just making, points on that. This one, you make more points, you get more profit. This one here, you just make it smaller amount of points. We have a person that's right now, they said, well, I want to keep this at my office here. So if I sell this, I can sell it for 150. I said, you can sell for whatever you want to. If you want to say, hey, normally I sell for 150, I'll sell to you for 130 or 120, whatever it is, you keep the difference. And then if we need to order more, you can order more. And that's the, the point to that. Our goal is to get people registered because I just want them to get automatically on auto ship so they can do that. We always tell people you want a 90-day run, because I don't know what's going to happen the first week, the first month. So I always tell people we got a 15% chance of that it's, they may not see anything for the first month. And we've had people the first month, they don't see anything. The second month, all of a sudden, boom, it's like, oh my goodness, what a difference. But that's the only side from that's why when people say they're doing this, most of the times they're usually selling them at a version of the retail price. They're getting it at the $84 price, and then they can still sell for 120 or 130 if they want to. But that would be a better option for you personally. If not, if you want to sign anybody up as a preferred customer, great. Then it's just earn points on your own volume. And it's going to add up to basically points. It's not going to be real profitable. Our whole thing is for about the same price, let's register them bronze. They now can get set up on auto ship.
What are they committed to as a distributor?
Nothing. They don't have to do anything. So if they want to be a builder, then yes, then there's a commitment of, if to be active, you got to buy at least 1 sleeve a month. As a manager, you got to buy 2 sleeves a month. Otherwise, a bronze is the same as a preferred customer. They get the
but they just in the system.
In the system for $99.95, they get shipped to them at the same price as a preferred customer. It's just a better option for us because it's down the road. Like my friend, when they said, hey, we're now interested in referring people, my neighbors, perfect example. They signed up as a silver. They wanted to use the products themselves. They now want 2 more sleeves. So we upgraded them from silver to gold. They also got an extra sleeve with that 0.5. They get another different LifeWave sleeve. That's not the 39. They got that. Now they said, well, I've got my friend who's got Parkinson's. I got another friend who's got the first onsets of Alzheimer's. I got another friend who's this, and I want to talk to them. I said, let me talk to them too. I said, I can share with them. And I shared that video of the one person with the other one, the lupus. And they're in tears. They're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. They said, we want to share that. I was like, great. Now they're positioned as a goal to actually start maximizing and making money to get their product for free. And then also obviously make money. So, I mean, we're helping people make thousands of dollars a month. So it's pretty cool.
And do you have any calls that are just intended for product use, or is every call a product and a business opportunity?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
The calls that you're leading, are there any that are product specific or product only, or is every call product and
We
opportunity?
can 9 out of 10 times. What we do is when we stop here. So we go to the testimonials, we stop here and we say, hey, if you want to sign up, we're going to send you some information on the person who talks about that. And now we're going to roll into people who are interested from a business standpoint, and they can do that. Or if you say, hey, can you put together a call for just explain the products? And absolutely,
And
we'll do that all day long.
And they can
Don't
see
do
this.
that.
Like, I don't mind if people see it and like, oh, well, okay, what is that? But okay, so that's right. I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
I
So
was
we
really
do
transparent.
that
I'm
for
just trying to
doctors.
manage like my
Mhm.
group well, so that they
Yes.
can feel that there's ways that we can care for them, and everything
Yes.
doesn't come with having to build.
Yes, and the other part to that.
The healing journey takes time for people,
Yeah.
and so
Yes.
Yeah.
okay.
So we
And-
do Zooms for doctors.
Mhm.
They bring their patients, or
Yes.
they give them an opportunity to sit and to watch. Even a personal trainer in South Africa, she really, all she wants is for them to be exposed, to be educated about the product, and that's it. I mean,
Good.
we don't go over the building. We just give them product info,
Yeah.
and then they make an educated decision. You know,
Yeah.
I know the products, and now I can decide whether I want it or don't want it. And that's, you know, so we do that. Yeah.
Cool. That's what I'm at this point. That would be what I'm looking for.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we're here to
Thank
support you
you,
any
because
way
the
we can do.
bronze is essentially the level first. You know, it's one sleeve, which is less than retail, and they're not committed to anything, and anything can be canceled at any time.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the one part that's nice is, like I said, is that if they want to continue, they can continue using it. I mean, the one thing we notice more than anything else is we'll hear like the person today, she said she wanted to get the same pack. She got the silver pack. She goes, well, I want to get the same pack that I got last time. I said, well, what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade you to gold. You'll get 2 more sleeves. So you'll be covered for 60 days, and we're going to set you with auto ship so that in 60 days, your auto ship will start with 2. She goes, oh, that's even better. She goes, so I'll just get 1 new sleeve every single month. I said, I could have got her, 1 sleeve just auto shipped and everything else, but she wanted to basically get the same. I said, so let's do this, because then you get that free extra sleeve.
Yeah.
And she wanted the one specifically for
Skin.
reduce inflammation.
And Avita.
No,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So for the reduce inflammation. So and they got other patches. Like I said, we're not experts in a lot of the other patches, but I use the Ice Wave patch, and it took away my pain like within seconds. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. I sprained my back a little bit one time. So yeah. But great question. So Becky, any questions on your side?
No, I think we're good.
So I'm going to stop the recording.